All right, so I'm currently on the phone with Dalton. He's another musician that reached out about the interview series. I'm going to go ahead and give him the chance to introduce himself.
Yeah, I'm Dalton Lefevre. I've been playing piano probably about 18, 19 years or something like that. That's about all I can say right now.
All right, very cool. So with these interviews, I always like to figure out where somebody kind of first entered into learning music. How old were you when you first kind of made a connection to music and decided that, that was something you wanted to explore?
So the funny thing about that, actually, with exploring music, my parents actually just randomly put me into piano lessons in like first grade or something like that. It was just something that it needed me to do, kind of thing. I would need to be active, and that was just something that I got thrown into, honestly, and it just grew from there.
Okay, so did they, once they threw you into music lessons, did they push you to do like concert band or anything like that?
No, nothing like that. It was just all actually classically trained piano.
Okay, so they just put you into private lessons, and they're like, "This is your hobby now."
yeah, something like that. A little bit. It was actually good for me, just for a mental state, a little bit too.
Okay.
Kind of. So that's how I kind of got into it, honestly.
Sure. So were you ever interested in doing like the traditional kind of concert band stuff, or were you more comfortable with it just being like private lessons, keeping it to yourself kind of thing?
At the time, I had no clue what it was going to grow into, honestly. It was just more like it was just soothing for me, I guess, kind of. It was just a good thing to be doing. I always, was in sports and stuff like that, but it was just something that kept my mind working.
Okay.
In a sense. So
it sounds like really much. It sounds like you have a kind of a therapeutic relationship with music rather than like a creative one. Okay. So kind of go into some detail about, what happened when you kind of overcame that therapy aspect of it and started the creative process with music.
The creative side, I would say, probably came in, when I actually started going to open mics and stuff and playing with other musicians and just figuring out different avenues of how to express myself more, in a sense. And, I was going to open mics like that and just some jams and stuff, and just found my way into that to see a different side completely,
Okay. And what do you think led you down going to like open mics instead of like doing Craigslist ads or something like that, looking for musicians? What was the appeal of it that way?
I just heard about it, along, Facebook and stuff, and it's just like, oh, hell, I need to get out there somehow. Mm-hmm. So it just was a good avenue to go to it, and just work my way into those first.
Okay, sure. And so once you did do that, you mentioned a part of that was, working with other musicians. Were you able to find other musicians and work with them on music?
So at the time when I was doing the open mics and stuff, I didn't really, I didn't feel like I was too much accepted, as a sense. I felt, I was always the young guy playing with these older guys that are like their 50s and 60s and stuff. And I just didn't feel like I was accepted too much, I guess, as a young musician. Mm-hmm. And, just found more avenues just to go find more people, I guess, around my age. And that's when I went to found Concrete Couch. It's like a nonprofit organization kind of thing in Colorado Springs. Found some musicians to jam with on a weekly basis down there, and that was pretty good.
Okay. And what's kind of been your ambition for, working with other musicians? Do you want to join another band, or are you working on solo music?
So right now, currently, I'm part of 2 different bands right now. And then I do dueling pianos as well. I've got a dueling pianos bar up here in Woodland Park.
Okay, so with the 2 bands that you play with, is that originals or is it covers?
So there's one band, the Barefoot Family Caravan. We do a lot of originals. The singer, guitar player, Eli, he writes a lot of his music and stuff, and we play that. And I've almost found a little bit more of a comfort as a keyboardist where I'm playing other people's music in a sense, because then I can just focus solely on the keyboard instead of singing.
Sure. So, in addition to those, you kind of hinted a little bit there that you have dabbled in a bit of solo music. Is that something that is kind of just a back burner project that every now and then you touch base on?
Yeah. I've got probably about 4 songs that I've written. And they just usually just come to me, honestly. It's just randomly just about my life, honestly. It's kind of how I've written some of my songs. But it's not like I'm like searching out to write songs. They just come to me and then it's like, oh crap, I got a song. Cool.
Sure. So you mentioned the one band you're in. Do you want to talk about the other one at all?
So the other one is Winchester Road. We're a country band. We do just covers of country songs and stuff. That's the other one that I'm part of.
Okay. And so where do you kind of see your participation in music going to, over the next 5 to 10 years? What do you want to see for yourself?
For myself, honestly, just play with as many people as possible, I guess, in a sense. I found just, watching music documentaries and stuff like that. I watched a good one on a keyboard player who actually just, travels around the world and just plays with random bands when they's needed and stuff like that. And I could see me being a little bit of the same in a sense.
Sure.
I guess.
So I kind of get the vibe that music to you is something kind of explorational and a little bit more of a journey than it is kind of a production process for like other people. Would that be a fair assessment?
A little bit, I always say to myself that I want to keep music, fun, but I also want to be very business-like in a sense that there is a business side to it, and I want to be very professional about that as well. But, I've never said I want to like search out to become something in a sense. If it happens, it happens, but I just want to keep it fun.
Sure, absolutely.
Get better.
Moving from like, a therapeutic relationship with music into the creative process, and then having, a journey set out for you in front of you like that. I'm sure there's a lot of experiences to draw on. What are some of your favorite memories that kind of stand out to you that kind of keep you motivated?
I think the thing that really keeps me motivated is I got told by a drummer years ago that was just like, hey, as a keyboardist, you're the person who kind of makes the emotion side of music in a band, so to speak, I guess. And I've kind of really taken that to heart, really, and it's helped me a ton. Just try to bring out an emotion side when I'm playing a show to how do I want to make an audience specifically feel about a song with what I'm technically playing off the keyboards, whether that be strings, an organ, a synth, or piano, so.
I guess I can see that there is a lot of kind of emotive value in, keys, and then also the like huge array of voices that you can pull from, a synthesizer kind of thing. Yeah, I get that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, where can people find your projects and, follow you online and, keep up with you on your journey?
So, I have a Facebook page. It is Dalton LeFevre Music. My band page, is the Barefoot Family Caravan. That's on Facebook as well. And then you can also find their website is off of Facebook. I can't think of what the website is called. It's some weird name, but that's off of Facebook. The other band is Winchester Road. That's on Facebook as well.
So I always like to give the person I'm interviewing the opportunity to put out, their last word. So a message in general that you want to throw out there that you vibe with.
Music, have fun, live life.